Most people think being busy means they're moving forward. But what if I told you it is actually one of the most reliable ways to stay exactly where you are, or even worse, to stay broke? Look around you, at the blur of the city, the endless rush of people hurrying to their next destination. We all know someone like this, right? Maybe it's you, up at the crack of dawn, fueled by caffeine, burning the midnight oil, staring at a screen until your eyes ache. Always exhausted, always occupied, a calendar packed from sunrise to sunset. You're constantly moving, constantly doing. Yet, somehow, despite all that effort, you never really seem to get ahead. It feels like running on a treadmill, a lot of motion, but you're not actually going anywhere. Why is that? Let's take a moment and just pause. This isn't about being lazy. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's something far more subtle and far more dangerous. It's the trap of busyness. See? Being busy feels productive. It's a very seductive feeling. Your brain gets this constant feedback loop, this little hit of dopamine that says, "Look at you. You're working hard. You're trying." Every email you send, every meeting you attend, every task you cross off your list feels like a small victory. It provides evidence that you're putting in the work. But here is the critical distinction that most people miss. Effort and progress are not the same thing. They are two completely different concepts. You can expend a massive amount of effort and make zero progress toward your actual goals. Think about how most people fill their days. It's a flurry of activity, but what kind of activity? Are these tasks that scale? Do they have a compounding effect? Do they fundamentally change your future, or are they just keeping the lights on for one more day? For the majority, it's the latter. They're stuck in a loop of repetitive tasks that don't build anything lasting. Answering the same emails, solving the same problems, attending the same meetings. Their days are a blueprint for repetition, not for growth. This is the danger zone, because while you're busy running in place, the most valuable currency you have is draining away, second by second. That currency is time. Time is the ultimate non-renewable resource. You can always earn more money, but you can never, ever earn back a single lost minute. When you're caught in this cycle, your entire income, your entire livelihood becomes directly tied to the hours you work. You trade your time for money. It's a simple, linear equation. And that means your potential is capped. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can only work so many of them before you burn out. Your ceiling is fixed. It's a self-imposed limit on your life. While your head's down, frantically trying to keep up, the world keeps moving, opportunities pass you by, and you're stuck maintaining survival instead of building a future. Busy people aren't building leverage. They are simply treading water. And that constant hustle, that jam-packed calendar, it does more than just eat up your time. It fogs your mind. When your schedule is full, you have no space. No space to think clearly and strategically. No time to step back and see the bigger picture. You can't learn valuable new skills because you're too busy applying your old ones. You can't take calculated risks because you're too preoccupied with your immediate to-do list. You're in a state of constant reaction, never proactive creation. You're a firefighter, putting out small blazes all day long, instead of an architect, designing a fireproof building. True wealth, true freedom, isn't built on sweat alone. It's built on a powerful principle, leverage. Leverage is the opposite of busyness. It's about achieving more with less. It's about finding the pressure points where one single action creates a cascade of positive results, where one smart decision made today continues to pay dividends for years to come, compounding over time without your constant intervention. This isn't some abstract financial jargon. It's a mindset. It's a way of operating. And this leverage comes from specific sources. It comes from developing skills that scales, skills that aren't tied to the hours you work, like writing, coding, or creating content. It comes from building systems that run without you, automating processes so the machine works even when you're sleeping. And most importantly, it comes from pursuing ownership instead of just trading your labor. Owning a piece of a business, a brand, a product, or a platform. That's where real growth happens. So, I want you to ask yourself a very simple but very profound question. Stop for a moment and be truly honest with yourself. If you stopped working right now, today, would your income also stop? Would the value you create cease to exist? If the answer is yes, then you're not building, you're just busy. You're on the treadmill. Being busy feels safe. It feels responsible. But that feeling of safety is the most expensive luxury you can afford. It costs you your future. It costs you your freedom. The goal was never to do more. It was never about having a fuller calendar or a longer to-do list. The goal is to do what truly matters and to build things that allow those important actions to have an impact long after you've performed them. That is the real unfair advantage. It's time to get off the treadmill and start building the road. Thanks for watching.